Y'all ready? Y'all set?
Mm-hmm. We've been talking like normal people for 5 minutes.
Not anymore.
Are you ready? You ready to... Sorry, let's put on our game faces.
Welcome.
like a cat throwing up at night. This is
welcome to Whoa, That's Sick. The only podcast with 5 minutes of preamble before our famous sound effects intro.
Welcome. We're a bit tired today.
Yeah, it's a sleepy day. I don't know when this will be coming out. We'll have to figure out our schedule, but it's a Sunday over here, and it's a sleepy Sunday at that. Mm-hmm. We got the Sunday scaries. What we're afraid of is podcasting.
Oh my God, so true. We've been doing a lot of it, but it's good.
Yeah, we're trying to cram it in before we take our breaks.
Yeah,
and I know we've had busy weekends.
You know what they say? A podcast today keeps a future wives away.
Yeah, a future wives.
Mm-hmm.
And
past wives.
You know what? And that could be a doctor in this day and age, because as we know from the famous joke,
yep,
mothers can be doctors now too.
Oh my God. Really, what can't mothers do?
Wives can be doctors. Even unmarried women in this day and age.
Okay, well let's not, I don't know. You're going to lose them. You're going to lose the audience.
Can be doctors.
This
PhD.
flawed logic.
PhD.
Mm-hmm. Pretty hard dong.
When I see a doctor woman, I get the PhD.
I get the PhD.
I get the PhD. And it's on the verge of becoming a VHD. Very hard dog.
Yeah. So I recently graduated from Colgate with my VHD. Very hard dong.
Is Colgate a real college? Medical school down here?
I think it's just a college, yeah.
College?
They might have a medical school. It's a toothpaste university. It's like Hamburger U, where the McDonald's employees go.
Whoa, I don't even know what Hamburger U. Wow, I'm really behind.
Hamburger U is anyone who is working in like McDonald's corporate goes to Hamburger University.
Yes.
And they like work all the positions, like the fryer and the meat, the peeling the plastic off the cheese station.
Yeah.
And to really learn all the basics.
Yeah, they have to learn how to walk by the broken milkshake machine and
to keep it broken.
Barely acknowledge it.
Yeah.
They have to learn how to unplug the milkshake machine and then tell customers, I don't know.
Well, there's nothing we can do. I want to be the guy who breaks the milkshake machine at McDonald's.
Yeah. That'd be a sick job.
Standing in the back flipping a coin. Yeah. Like Fonzie, just elbow the milkshake machine.
Break it.
Smash it every time.
McDonald's Fonzie. I didn't know about Hamburger U, but I guess I should have known, because I know every year I watch the Army versus Navy football game, and then I watch the hamburger versus hot dog football game the next
good.
day.
It's really good. Hamburger's got a good team this year.
Oh, yeah?
They're going to go all the way. I
heard their mascot is the Hamburger Helper.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different brand, but he's,
Hamburger Helper!
Hamburger Helper is so great.
It's just a hand.
Yeah, the white glove.
Ooh.
A lot of people don't know this, but that was Michael Jackson's other glove.
Yeah. Well, they tried to do a spinoff with O.J. Simpson's glove as Hamburger Helper.
Yeah. But the costume didn't fit.
The costume didn't fit, yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
That's really good.
Wow, we're really cooking hamburger style this morning.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is we're brought to you by a very special sponsor, and I'm excited to announce this. Erik, I know you're a big fan of Casamigos Tequila by George Clooney.
I mean, I love anything that's owned by a celebrity.
Well, that's why today is so exciting, because if you like Casamigos Tequila from George Clooney, if you like Terramana Tequila from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, then you'll love our new sponsor, Pequeño Duende Tequila from Barry Keoghan.
Ooh.
And of course, Pequeño Duende stands for, translates as Little Goblin.
No.
So Little Goblin Tequila from Barry Keoghan. The only tequila that tastes insecure.
Mm-hmm. Find your bridge to live under. That's Instead of Corona, find your beach.
Find your bridge.
Good job, Barry.
So, good job, Barry Keegan. We hope your tequila does well, and thank you for sponsoring us.
He says put a little salt burn around the rim.
Okay, good stuff. The only tequila with a mouth wide enough you can fuck it.
Yep.
To completion.
And he'll be selling Jacob Elordi's bathtub gin.
Yes. Good. Oh no, Eric's hanging himself. He doesn't like doing his own jokes.
It's a prison. Mark keeps me locked up in here. He says, do a pun.
So thank you, Barry.
Barry.
I just read a tweet or something on Threads, I should say. I read a thread.
I read a thread.
That Barry Keegan, is it true that he cheated on Sabrina Carpenter?
Oh, that's the rumor, honey.
Is no one safe?
If all these
women
keep getting cheated on,
yeah,
what's the common factor?
Yeah, it can't be men do this. It has to be women invite this.
Or what are they doing?
No. Why are they pushing their men to this?
Or
extreme?
or their type is shitty. That's not their fault. But also he came out and said that like it's a gross lie, and that it's affecting like, I don't know. Basically, he had this whole thing that was like, stop being so mean to me, because he's like, you're coming after not only my work but like the way I look and all this just stuff. It's like it's affecting my daughter, who's like of age now to like read these things, and like, and it's like my relationship. So whether it's true or not, I do feel for him there to feel like he had to make like a public apology. I hope he didn't cheat on her, because that's no good. But we'll probably get some good music out of it.
Yeah, I'm sure we will, from Barry Keegan.
She made
I'm sure Barry Keegan will release a great album about it.
Well, Sabrina Carp made a great song about begging him not to cheat on her.
Whoa.
Have you heard that song?
No.
It's called Please, 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 Don't Do Me Wrong.
Oh, that one. I do know that you dropped the name Sabrina Carp, which is, of course, the character she plays in Shark Tale.
Shark Tale, Sabrina Carp. That would be good.
That would be good.
But yeah, imagine making a song begging someone just don't do one thing.
Don't cheat.
Yeah, just please, come on. I'll make a whole song. Everyone's going to sing it. And then he does it.
And he does it anyway. Well, I'm sure she'll have a brutal song about him, and I'm sure he's going to release an entire album of Irish standards. No one knows how hard it is to be a little goblin in Hollywood, self-conscious about your looks, playing only the evilest boys.
Did you see the Banshees of Ed Sheeran? It was a good movie.
I didn't.
It was really good.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. It was about a redheaded boy that cut off all his fingers because he was mad at his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's really good.
Yeah. I'm in love with the shape of finger saw. I don't know. Trying that out. Mm-hmm. The first time I heard The Shape of You, I was not aware of Ed Sheeran for years. Mm-hmm. While he was like a name, I didn't know what people were talking about.
You're like, what are you even saying?
I couldn't even turn the words. I couldn't make sense of the words.
I don't know what you're saying.
Ed Sheeran? But then I was like, Harris? Do you mean Ed Harris? Are we all talking about Ed Harris?
Ed Harris's album, yeah.
I only got room in my brain for one Ed at a time.
Yeah, for a long time it was Mr.
Mr. Ed Sheeran would be great.
Oh, what? How has no one done that?
Feed a horse some peanut butter and get him to mouth the words "To Shape of You."
That's awesome. I'm sweating. This is so good.
But I will say, when I first heard The Shape of You, I was like, oh, this is good.
Why am I drinking this?
You're drinking a Celsius in the morning.
I'm sweating.
I can't believe you guys have Celsius down here, huh? In Canada, it's called Fahrenheit. We switch it around, and it takes your energy. It's drowsy making. When I first heard Shape of You, I could not believe it was this, because I had seen pictures of Ed Sheeran and I knew he was a singer, but I had no idea what his music sounded like, and I think I assumed it was like Mumford and Sons type folk, because he looks like just a big, I mean, it looks like he just looks like he makes, I don't know, the Wiggles music.
Sure. Yeah.
He looks like he somehow it does like Bill Nye style like segments as music. And then when I heard that song and then I put it together with him, I could not believe it. Couldn't believe it. I like that song.
Love with your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good.
And weird looking dudes, give him a guitar, makes them hot. Fun take.
I'm going to say this. Sometimes.
I do love the idea of like, say some like hot dude, like a John Mayer, for instance.
Yeah.
He's very, very good at guitar. So just knowing how he is now, and he's famously banged and dated like the hottest women, and might be kind of an asshole too.
Seems nice.
But maybe
All reports are that he's nice.
Oh, okay, that's good. Actually, my ex's friend was like his assistant, and he was like very, very generous and like paid for her to like freeze her eggs and like all the like above and beyond as far as an employee.
Yeah, but forced her to.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll pay, but you have to do this.
You're gonna freeze some, and I'm gonna cook the others.
And they're for me.
Yeah.
Let's just say John Mayer likes his eggs in the morning a little bit unusual.
Your body is a frozen wonderland.
I pay top dollar for the kind of breakfast I want.
Well, but didn't Taylor Swift have a song about John Mayer or something? But
did she? Oh, did they date?
I don't know. But whatever I was saying, it is fun to think of him to get that good at guitar. He had to be like locked in his room for a long time, probably being bullied, probably called names that we don't say anymore in high school. And just thinking of him being like a
the N-word?
Yep.
John Mayer was called that?
It's disgusting to think about. but yeah. So John Mayer's just in his room after being screamed at, called the N-word all day, every day.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm going to learn guitar and I'm going to show them.
Wow. Have you ever heard his early EPs when he was just John City Councilor?
Wow. Dude, I was a big John Alderman.
Yeah. I remember John PTA president.
Oh, God.
And that was pretty good, too.
John Student Body President.
Yeah. John. And then, of course, his very first album as John Student Body
is a Wonderland
nominee.
Student Body is a Wonderland.
Good. Anyway, I don't know where we started, and I don't know how we got there. Big shout out to our producer Stephan, who's on the other end of the stream. It's a great sunny day whenever Stephan's on the screen, and whenever Stephan's not on the screen, we simply have an image of the old lemon party man sucking and fucking. A relic of the internet, something we will probably mention again on Internet Hall of Fame next time we do that segment.
I don't know if I've ever seen Lemon Party. I'm familiar.
So big, but you are familiar?
Mm-hmm. It's just a bunch of
it was just the best. It was just a
different
single
time.
It wasn't a video.
A bunch of like-minded individuals, free thinkers.
I think it was just three old men sucking and fucking, but it was just like a single JPEG, one still image, but a whole domain devoted to it. And it was like the pornographic Rickrolling, where you would trick your friends into clicking on a link to Lemon Party, and then they would just go to that image. And it was great.
That is good.
No GIFs, no modern pizzazz. No distractions. Just a simple still image, like a Renaissance painting. And the way the future's going, that's probably going to hang in the Louvre someday.
The Lemon Party in the Louvre? That'd be really good.
Put Lemon Party in the Louvre.
Yeah, climate activists throwing soup at it. The boner Lisa.
People telling you, like, I went to Paris, and I got to say, when you see the original Lemon Party, it's way smaller than you expected.
Definitely. Yeah. And like the eyes follow you.
The eyes, all 6 eyes follow you. I don't know what we'll call this segment. Perhaps it'll be called something like Erik Disapproves.
Yeah.
Because I know one thing that's been on your mind, steaming your hams this morning.
My freaking hams are steamed.
It's all these new unnecessary iPhone updates.
They don't do anything, or they keep adding. Remember when I was a boy, the phones used to have new features that did something. Now they just keep adding shit that I don't even ask for.
Yeah.
It just had a wallpaper suggestion, and like 6 of them were just photos of my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Why are they always doing that?
Yeah.
Like, hey, Apple Memories phone memory? Why would I want that?
Yeah. Well, in the phone's defense, all the photos on your phone are of your ex-girlfriend.
Of course. Yeah, but just I'll pick my own damn wallpaper.
Yeah.
I don't need a dang computer telling me my wallpaper.
I had the same thing with Facebook memories.
Yeah.
Anytime it would take me back through them, I'd be like, well, that's breaking my heart.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's all photos of like my girlfriend and I before we broke up, the two towers before they fell, a nice, fully intact Zeppelin, the Hindenburg, before the flames consumed it.
Yeah. And I'm looking back through all these historical tragedies, and there's one thing that they all have in common. You're in the selfie in front of the Hindenburg, in front of the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
In front of that, I don't know, some other shit that fell down once.
Here's my issue with the iPhones.
In front of my relationship.
Here's my issue with the updates, and this goes for phones. This goes for this is more hardware updates. Phones and laptops, they just keep changing the power plug, the power outlet thing. Mm-hmm. It's I had a USB-C for my last laptop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thunder! UCBC. Da, 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 da. Thunder.
Sorry. No, I had a UCBC, which is, of course, the third level of a UCB class.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to yes and my laptop into turning on. No, I had a USB-C, and now it's gone back to like the regular, like, I don't know what you call that one, the one that's easy to unplug.
Lightning bolt.
And then my new phone thing, I have to plug my dick into it and dangle and jingle it around just to get it to come on.
Well, the worst part is to have to get the adapter for your dick for each new phone.
That's the problem.
Like you get a new dick too. So
you have to get an adapter which is just shaped like a different guy's dick.
It's really emasculating.
It sucks. And then my phone, every time I turn on my phone with that method, it always says, "Is that all you got?" That sucks.
That's all I got. Yeah, but they just changed the things back to USB-C, right? That's what it is now on the new ones.
On the phone, but not the laptop, because I just got a new laptop.
Yeah, I've got the magnetic one on the laptop.
Oh, the magnet. Yeah, that's what I got too. So we've come back around. What are we doing over here?
Wow.
We used to have Steve Jobs,
USB-C,
Johnny Cash, and USB-C,
USSR,
and USSR.
Yeah.
And now we got no Jobs, no Cash, and USB-C.
USB-C. MSN USB-C.
So anyway, that's what's pissing us off about the Apple company today.
Yeah. Otherwise, they do make fine products. I'm an Apple loyalist. Whenever I touch an Android phone, I do. My mom has like a PC, and I've been a Mac guy for a long time. Mm-hmm. So when I go to like help her with her computer or something, I do feel like when a really old person starts to touch tech and then they freak out.
Yeah.
Like, because if it's not doing what I want the way I want it to, I start to like I literally I'm like I can't.
Yes.
I'll do it on mine.
Yeah.
Like
We'll do it live.
well, fuck it. We'll do it live.
I mean, I hate PC culture in every form.
That's so true.
In every form.
Oh, cool.
These woke phones. Okay, well, Eric, here's our first segment because Christmas is a-coming.
Yep.
And that means one thing, Christmas carols.
Yes, it does.
Christmas carols here, there, and everywhere. And as you may know, and Eric, I know you're well familiar with this, some of the Christmas carols are a little bit horny.
They sure are.
And they're just playing in malls. Like, they're just on and I don't know if they were shocking the masses when they came out. Mm-hmm. But now it just feels like they're part of the regular rotation. But if you listen to them, the lyrics, there's kind of like a sexual energy to them.
Yeah, of course.
And sometimes a very explicit sexual energy. So we just wanted to list some of our favorite horny Christmas carols. So I guess we're starting with Santa Baby.
You got to start with Santa Baby. Santa Baby.
I mean, it's hurry down hurry down the chimney tonight. She's being very explicit that this is not a guy in a Santa costume. This is the real Santa. He's going to come down the chimney. And then I bet she wants him to go right back up the chimney, but a different chimney. Her chimney.
I did.
Push it.
So when that girl at the bar last night asked me to come sweep out her chimney, that's what she meant?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I showed up in a little bowler cap with a big broom to her home.
That's why that scene in Mary Poppins where Dick Van Dyke and all the other chimney sweeps keep winking at Mary Poppins, and she goes, "See you tonight." That's what she means.
Okay.
So Santa Baby is a very famously horny Christmas song, but maybe it pales in comparison to the one that I keep hearing, which is "I Want Santa to Eat Me Out" by Fuck Mama.
Wow.
Now, this is a more recent Christmas carol, but I cannot stop hearing it at the mall. I heard it in an Uber yesterday.
Fuck Mama's on one.
Fuck Mama, I mean, credit to Fuck Mama for throwing her hat into the ring and trying to profit off of the Christmas market.
The Christmas horn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I Want Santa to Eat Me Out. I mean, I know a lot of people hear that and they're like, yeah, it's a Christmas song. But I'm like, listen to the words. Even just listen to the words in the title.
Yeah.
She's talking about sex.
When me and the church group went door to door caroling, and I did initially have concerns about singing "I Want Santa to Eat Me Out."
Yeah, I bet.
Because we did have the Harlem Boys Choir.
Yeah.
But they loved it.
Yeah, and apparently it's from it's supposed to be sung from the perspective of a plate of cookies.
Well, that makes so much sense.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
it sounds like a woman saying that.
That song wouldn't came out 20 years ago, because back then that eating out was still gay, according to The Sopranos.
True.
What a time! That was.
What a time. Another Christmas carol that I can't believe I hear sometimes out in public, out and about. Santa Went Down on Me and It Rocked.
Wow, they're really milking this the Santa eating out market.
I mean, this one, I don't know if it's...
And it rocked. That's good.
Yeah, that's cool. Who sang that one? Oh, it's Fuck Mama.
Okay.
That's interesting. So Fuck Mama really double dipping there.
Dude, she's got a type. And it's Santa.
It's Santa. At least on Christmas, it's Santa. Okay, here's another Christmas carol that's really been like rattling around my brain, I guess. I sat on Santa's lap and he was hard and I screamed.
Whoa.
And that's a Shania Twain original.
Let's go, girls.
Let's get out of this mall.
Let's get out of this mall, girls.
That Santa can't be trusted.
It is weird that you sit on his lap.
That part's weird too.
Why don't we stand next to him? We could just stand.
Yeah.
Come sit on my lap.
It's true that we have stopped trusting strangers unless they're wearing a Santa costume in the mall, in which case we will hand our children to them.
Yeah.
Even though it's a very thin disguise on a man that probably otherwise would be obviously not to be trusted.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and there's only a certain month or so. Like, if I showed up in a Santa costume in the mall in, like, June, I could get a few kids on my lap, but not as many. December's definitely the month.
Oh, December's the month to get a kid on your lap.
Hey, can I tell you, what kind of log around the holidays did Soulja Boy buy?
Talk to me.
You!
I don't... Uh-oh. Eric's killing himself again. And of course there's Santa's Gone... This is another carol. Santa's Gone All Night. Not so bad. Mm-hmm. And then in brackets, time for the elves to run train on Mrs. Claus.
Oh.
What?
It is good to hear that Mrs. Claus is getting some.
Once a year, Santa's away.
She gets a toy train ran on her by the elves.
Yeah. First they got to build it, then they can run it.
They spend all year building it just so they can run it, baby. Oh, boy.
And then, of course, All I Want for Christmas Is You.
By Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Fuck Mama.
Kind of horny too.
It is. That is. It's like, that's all you want. And what an easy... Dude, that's kind of what it's like to be an only child.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, all I have to do is go home. They're like, thank you for coming. And I was like, I like you guys.
Yeah.
Like, you don't
have to.
You're a little desperate.
Yeah.
Like, I like you. I will hang out with you.
Yeah. That's cool. All I Want for Christmas Is You. I hadn't listened to the lyrics before, but it is like a Gift of the Magi song where all she wants is him. Mm-hmm. So she sells her all her fingers to buy a train ticket home. And then he sells himself to buy her a ring.
I don't know where he sets it on her nub.
But he's gone. A different guy sets it on her nub.
Oh, man.
It's tough.
That's tough. It's tough for Mariah Carey to relive that once a year.
Yeah.
In the Santa Claus with Tim Allen, he finds out after brutally murdering Santa Claus, and he becomes Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Then he finds out about how much puss he has to eat, and he freaks out because this is the 90s. It's gay.
No. Yeah.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
My favorite part from the Santa Claus is when he goes ho ho ho. Boom ba doo ba doo ba doom boom.
Wait.
Wilson at the North Pole. Hey neighbor, almost that time of year. I know Wilson.
I loved Wilson, dude. I remember the series finale of Home Improvement when they finally showed Wilson's face. It was like a decade long. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he was just a volleyball.
Yeah. The dome.
It was the wrong Wilson.
Oh my, we got the wrong Wilson.
We got the wrong Wilson. If the volleyball's here, then who's on the desert island with Tom Hanks? Just a guy with half a face behind a fence.
We're gonna need a bigger Wilson. But yeah, that was a big deal. But wait, and real quick, speaking of Home Improvement, reminds me of Roseanne.
Okay.
Which reminds me, when I was coming back to New York a few days ago, this lady, my dad talks to everybody. He's a very friendly guy. And I see him talking to some woman in the gas station, and she's one of those people who I could tell, my dad can't clock crazy, but I could, because he's like, oh, how are you? And she immediately goes, well, my workman's comp claim didn't get covered, and because of my shoulder surgery and all, and then she just starts unloading all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, he must know her. No idea. Just never met her.
Wow.
And then my dad being my dad, finally he checks out at the counter, and then he goes, we're on our way to the airport. He's telling the cashier this. We're on our way to the airport. He's flying to New York. My son lives in New York. He's a comedian. He's saying this to the people. And then the crazy lady behind, he goes, you're a comedian? Oh my, can I take a picture with you? She wanted to take a picture with me. And then she starts telling me how she's friends with Roseanne. And Roseanne is going to make a movie of her life.
Okay.
And then she says that her great-grandfather on her mother's side is Crazy Horse. She said Indian.
Yeah.
I would say Native American.
Yeah.
And then her great-grandfather on her dad's side is Geronimo.
Wow.
And her name was Madonna, like Madonna with a Y.
Wow.
And then she like leans in my ear. She's like, you got to listen to Roseanne's podcast. She really says the things people are afraid to say. And I was like, Dad. And my dad was like giving him his number, because he just thinks everything's a connection. And like, maybe she knows Roseanne. I'm like, dude, we gotta go.
Yeah.
She took a video with me and was like, this is the next best comedian.
Eric, we could get you on Crazy Horse's podcast.
Oh my God.
This is a connection you need. Geronimo has a new sitcom.
Dude, they just greenlisted the Untitled Geronimo project. Get the sides.
Gerard Carmichael is producing.
Geronimo Carmichael.
It's time for a tried and true, even by episode 4, a tried and true segment.
Tried and true.
Overrated, underrated.
Okay.
Ho, 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 ho. Now that's better than I thought. That's much worse than I thought. Ho, 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 ho. Society really needs to pay more attention to this thing. Would society get over this thing? Ho, 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 ho. Overrated, underrated.
Very good.
With Eric and Mark. Eric, first topic, Christmas movies.
Oh.
Are they overrated? Are they underrated? Are they properly rated? Or are they unrated. Meow.
I'm gonna give that one unrated. Let's take the tops off.
Triple Xmas,
Ooh,
if you will.
I want some hose.
I bet Triple Xmas is a movie. Of course it is.
If not, I'm calling Geronimo's granddaughter to greenlight this.
Crazy Horse is willing to put up the money to make Triple Xmas.
Listen, we got Crazy Horse, we got Roseanne Barr, we got Geronimo. This thing's a go. It's a go. You can't miss. Triple Xmas. Triple X with Vin Diesel. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, Triple Xmas in that universe would be sick.
Yeah.
That feels like a cousin to like a Red One type of situation. It's Vin Diesel or perhaps Ice Cube or perhaps both of them.
Whoa.
Saving Christmas.
That'd be so good. Did you see Red One?
No.
Me either. I heard it's the movie of the season. According to the trailers that they put out, it's the movie of the season.
There is no way I will ever watch Red One in my life. Nothing.
You don't want Chris Evans saying stuff like, "Can I get a Gal Gadot, a Superwoman doll?" Because there's a thing that like blows it into like a real.
Does he say that in the movie?
Yeah, it's like he zaps a Hot Wheels car and it turns into a real car. And he goes, "You got a Wonder Woman doll?" And then he goes, "So I can fuck it."
Ugh.
This is a kid's movie.
He goes, "So I can fuck it?"
Yeah, he's trying to hide it. So I can fuck it.
Then it cuts to an old woman watching and she goes, "Make that too."
The movie cuts out to someone watching the movie.
She's turning to her friend and saying, "I thought this was a kid's movie." Then a bunch of gremlins are there and they're like, "Shut up, shut up."
Yeah, Gremlins does do that.
Yeah.
I thought hurricane season was over.
I don't
movies.
want Chris Evans ever being quippy, but I would pay top dollar for Chris Evans to be Clippy, the Microsoft paperclip in the long-awaited Clippy, the Microsoft Grammar paperclip biopic. Mm-hmm. How did he start? Where did he go? And what was it like being on top of the grammar correction game for so long?
Dude, hated, loved, feared.
It's the same as Captain America. He just starts out as a normal, overlooked paperclip.
Yeah.
But then he goes in a special military machine and becomes a big paperclip with eyes.
Yeah, because he was the only selfless paperclip.
Yeah, and they needed him to fight Nazis.
Yeah, of course. We need you to hold these documents together.
Yeah.
It's of the utmost importance.
We are communicating with our spies overseas, but here's the issue. Our grammar is atrocious. And someone needs to help. Well, I've always been good at grammar, but that hardly makes me a superhero. I'm just a regular paperclip. What if you had eyes?
He goes, "Oh my God."
Oh my God.
And what if you were kind of annoying?
What?
Perfect.
More than I could dream of. Christmas movies in general, Eric. I feel like, okay, well, you have brought up something interesting, which is we are entering the time of the edgy, dare I say, obnoxious Christmas movie. Which is like, we got a Red One, which is a little bit like cheeky. And we've had a Bad Santa. That was a long time ago now. We had like one where like the Krampus was a villain. We had one where Santa's a villain. Horror movies.
Yeah.
I feel like we're entering. Did you ever see Scrooged?
With Bill Murray?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the opening scene of that is so great. And it's like, he's a TV executive and they're making a TV movie of Santa with a machine gun fighting, I want to say, Russians, and then Lee Majors, the $1 Million Man, shows up, and then they all go, "Lee Majors," and then they all pull. Mrs. Claus opens an armory, and they all pull out machine guns and start gunning down.
That movie has come out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was a parody of culture.
Yeah,
and we fully caught up to that.
Have you seen The Beekeeper?
Yeah, yes.
Now that's a movie.
Not a Christmas movie, but truly the most mind-blowing premise for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Awesome.
It's a man who works for an international organization called the Beekeepers, because the metaphor is that the world population is the hive.
I'm the hive.
There will always be
protect.
evildoers who want to disturb the hive. The beekeepers keep the hive safe. The twist, which is just thrown at you right away, is that he's also a real beekeeper. And there's no explanation of why he's both. Presumably, and this is the only backstory you can infer, he was working for the Beekeeper International Organization. The idea of being a beekeeper got into his head.
Wait, what?
He thought to himself, I wonder what it's like to be a real beekeeper. And then that became his favorite hobby.
He probably, actually, no, there's a deleted scene that shows him ordering 5,000 business cards that says beekeeper on it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then he retires because he's aging out of the actual.
Well, no, he remembers, oh, fuck, it's a secret organization. Oh, I can't advertise unless
I need 2,000 bees. Pronto.
We only sell cards. We're a business card company. Well, then put me on the phone with someone who sells bees.
Please.
That movie is bananas, and I had a great time watching it because it also, the metaphor of protecting the hive, this beekeeper organization, it's so clear that the screenwriter was just learning about bees while he wrote this script.
Yeah.
Because there's so many bee facts.
Yeah.
It's like the number of bee facts and the number of characters who are familiar with them, like in expert detail, is mind-blowing.
Did you hear the original song that Sabrina Carpenter made for The Beekeeper? It was bees, 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 don't sting my heart.
Okay, and each B stood for berry, of course.
Wow.
Now, but Eric, let's get back to the topic at hand, because Christmas movies, more recently, a little bit edgy, traditionally, a little bit sappy. Are they overrated? Are they underrated?
I think they're pretty. I think they're properly rated.
Oh my God!
Maybe sometimes some of them are overrated. I don't need A Christmas Story for 24 hours on TBS.
You don't? I do.
I want one channel dedicated to it all year round.
My family, we got the greatest tradition. We watch the Yule log channel, but it's a special Yule log channel where you watch the log, but you hear that the family in front of that fireplace is watching A Christmas Story.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Very meta.
Very meta. I'm going to say this. Christmas movies, underrated.
Oh, okay.
I think that we as a culture, we are submitted to them. And we think of them as like, oh yeah, there's like these ones that we watch or whatever. But I think we actually overlook how amazing some of these movies are.
Just as movies as a whole, or as a movie, not just a Christmas movie. They transcend Christmas.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I know you and I agree on this, is that It's a Wonderful Life.
I think I'm going to see it today.
Yeah. Now, I guess this is case by case, but in my life, I feel like every time I talk about Christmas movies with people, they're like, ugh, yeah, I got to watch those with my family this year. But I'm like, this rocks.
Yeah, it's nice. And it's nice to have something like a guideline to pick of something to do with your family.
Yeah.
It's nice to,
I think every year I watch a Muppets Christmas Carol. Every year
that's
it's
a good
wonderful.
I have a mouse pad in my
I saw
office.
that. The Mises.
No cheeses for the Mises.
Yeah, it's a sweet movie. I tried to show it to my young nephews last year, and I will say this, they were horrified. I thought it was a family-friendly movie, but I think for current kids who are used to like stuff being a little bit brighter on the screen, also just for their age, it just like literally the look of how dark and moody it is in that sort of like Victorian England, that right away just read as horror to them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the old Muppets stuff is kind of kooky looking. Jim Henson.
Yeah. Dark stuff.
I want to make a It's a Wonderful Life remake, but where a guy wishes he was never born and then shows up and everyone's life is so much better.
I made an episode of, you remember this, Stephan? I made a sitcom in Canada called Cavendish, and for if you're an American listener, just take my word for it. It's hugely successful and critically not canceled after one season. Not canceled after one season. And if you go to Canada and you talk about Cavendish, everyone will pretend they've never heard of it. But here's the thing. That's just Canadians being shy.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it. It's basically our Big Bang Theory, or combined with the prestige of a Seinfeld.
Oh.
It's as popular as Big Bang Theory and
with the prestige of a Seinfeld. Wow.
Yeah, or as prestigious as like The Wire or like Sopranos, but with the popularity of a Big Bang Theory. That's how popular it is up there, to the point where people are just like, yeah, of course.
They did call it The Wire for the masses.
The Wire for the masses. But we had the season finale was the co-creator Andy and I. We played brothers, and I was born on his birthday several years later, and it just took all of his shine. And he's convinced that I am the reason that his life started to go downhill, and he wishes that I had never been born. And then he wakes up, and he's right. His life rocks. He's a published author. His dad loves him the way he used to. And then the angel, also played by me, thanks creators for giving me the double role, tells him, well, that's not the lesson you were supposed to learn. You got to go back anyway. And then he kills the angel so he can stay in that world.
Oh, hell yeah.
Kind of fun.
That is fun.
Kind of fun. I think we can all agree that Canada
on paper.
Should have given it a chance.
One day, let's make a Patreon where we watch all of your old published works.
Oh, God, yeah. That'll take about 8 hours to get through every show I ever made.
We'll watch all
two television shows canceled after one season, and one show that got two.
2 episodes?
No,
or 2 seasons? That's 4 seasons of television.
Thanks,
That's pretty good.
Thanks, Eric.
It's more seasons of television than I got.
It's true, if you remove the word canceled from the equation, it does just sound like success.
So true.
And if you remove the reality, which is canceled without even really being told directly, because they assumed I must have known.
Yeah, they're like, you get it, right?
There's no numbers.
They moved offices.
Yeah.
They moved studios. You show up.
I showed up. I'm like, is this the government broadcaster, CBC? And they're like, I don't know where they went.
This is the DMV now. Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Christmas movies. What's your favorite Christmas movie? Do you have one?
I mean, probably It's a Wonderful Life is very good.
Very good.
Christmas Vacation, obviously a classic.
Been a while since I saw that one.
It's a fun one to tune into every year.
I think I would agree. Well, my favorite Christmas movie is obviously Muppet Christmas Carol, and I think I love every adaptation I've ever seen of A Christmas Carol. They're all good. The stuffy old British ones, great. Great for the same reason that It's a Wonderful Life is great, which is they're all just about men who think they've wasted, or they either think they've wasted their lives or they come to realize they've wasted their lives. And in any case, they're like, I guess I got to start being kind to myself in the world now.
I guess I got to talk to my fucking kids.
Yeah. It's kind of like Citizen Kane with a happy ending.
Yeah.
But I think the one that I watched recently, which I think is on Canopy, the university app, is the college app, is The Bishop's Wife. And it's Cary Grant plays an angel who comes down to help a bishop. The bishop wishes, basically, he prays to God for help. He's got to build this cathedral. He used to be a bright-eyed, optimistic young bishop who thought he could help people. And then now he just needs to get this cathedral built. But he doesn't realize that his marriage is wasting away because he's becoming a different guy. And the angel shows up to ostensibly help him with the cathedral, but really to help him with his marriage. But here's the thing. Here's the twist. Double twist. The angel, Cary Grant, falls in love with the wife. And now that angel wants the wife. And now that angel going to have trouble helping the bishop.
Not an angel going. So you're in the movie.
Now,
It's Cat Williams.
now listen here, baby. The bishop gonna have some problems now because she in love with the damn angel.
The bishop is a pimp.
Come on. I don't drink no damn Alizé. I love bitches.
Yeah, that's the Michael Jackson bit. Yeah. The best bit.
Yeah.
Where he talks about how he has certain things at his apartment just for the bitches. Mm-hmm. And that's how you know he's trying to get laid. And he's like,
yeah, I love bitches. I got a silk pillowcase on my but that's not for me. That's for bitches.
yeah. Now imagine if I had an amusement park and a roller
He's
coaster.
so good. But wait,
He wants kids.
what bishop? What religion is Bishop?
Some branch of Protestantism.
Because he has a wife.
Yeah, bishop can marry.
Bishop can also go diagonal.
Bishop can do two things: marry and go diagonal. Castle cannot marry but can go straight. I love chess so much where they're like, it's war, it's war. The pawns go first, they're sacrificed. The queen and the king are protected. The bishops fight, sure, they have to leave the church and fight. And then the castle gets in on the action. The knights are nuts. They can help, but sort of. They really got to pick the right angle because the horses cannot be controlled. And then the castles get into it. Just like war. The castles charge at one another. And honestly, a priest can take out a castle. One priest can annihilate a castle.
Is that a bit? Have you done that as a bit?
I tried.
That's very fun.
Nobody liked it.
No, that's good.
All right, here's another overrated, underrated, Eric. Overrated, underrated, Tom Cruise.
Oh, underrated.
I fucking knew it.
Underrated. God, you fall in love and jump on Oprah's couch one time, and all of a sudden you're branded as a weirdo. Mm-hmm. God.
Yeah.
Just heaven forbid a man have a good time.
Heaven forbid a man have a good time and try to work in a couch.
He just wants to. We need Tom Cruise to jump on this couch.
This couch is stiff as hell. And thank you again for the free couch to the company that gave it to us.
I have to make a video. I was writing it today. I'm gonna dress you up as a dog and maybe Tucker up as a baby.
It's good. This is we got a memory foam cushion. We got memory foam cushions in this couch, and I think what they're remembering is that we're uncomfortable, and they're holding on to that memory.
I will be asking if it doesn't. This one's softened up.
This one's good and getting good. Okay. Middle cushion.
We got to sit on the outsides.
Yeah, we got to flip the cushions, I think.
No, crazy thing, harder on the bottom. Tom Cruise, yeah, he's the best of us. He's like Matt Damon's astronaut in Interstellar.
Yeah,
except for at the end.
Except for the critical part of his character where he's actually bad. He's
the best.
Yeah. You love Tom Cruise, and I know that, and that's why I teed that up. Do you actually think he's underrated? Do you think people are... I mean, I will say this, people in our society are down on him. Not everyone. It's a real split issue. Obviously, he's a Scientologist.
Yeah.
That's a thing. That's a bad thing.
Is it?
That's a bad thing.
But why?
You just... If it was anyone but Tom Cruise, you wouldn't have any issue saying that.
That it was a bad thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
The stories are out there.
But I didn't read them.
And if you don't read them,
that's
you don't have to have an opinion.
That's a little trick. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. In 100 years, is Scientology, it's going to be just as bad as all the other ones.
That's true.
No, I don't know. I don't know enough about Scientology, but it seems like they definitely fuck some people over and they try to keep hush-hush. And Tom Cruise might be gay and they might be keeping that... well, yeah, you.
I think that's the ammo. Yeah, I definitely heard a gay Tom Cruise story.
Mm-hmm. Which is cool.
Yeah, from someone in the industry.
I would have loved in the new Top Gun if there was a part where he's on the
bottom.
On the bottom gun,
gun,
where he's on the airplane hangar and about to go off, and if he would have just like the other military guy, if he just gives him a little kiss before getting in the plane. Like, they don't make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
They don't. It's just what it is.
He gives him a little kiss that's so normal. Tom Cruise very casually says, that's the sort of thing I'm into. And then he boards the plane and flies away. So this is a segment called Unexpected Animal Noises. Okay. No, it's not. It's called, what sound does it make?
Okay.
Now that's gotta be a dog. What sound does it make?
Okay.
Eric, I'm going to show you an image of an animal, and I want you to guess what sound it makes. Okay, so there it is. That's a caterpillar.
Okay.
That's a caterpillar. Uh-huh. Now, Eric, do an impression of what you think that caterpillar will sound like. And this is not like an unusual, like, silly caterpillar with an injury. Just for the listener. Like, this is a common caterpillar.
Oh, your common caterpillar. Okay. I think it goes something like this. Shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a Cat Williams propeller.
Man, I gotta go wrap my ass in silk and turn my ass into a butterfly, baby. I'm tired of crawling around like a damn worm.
Cat Williams propeller. It probably goes something like, ugh. Is it like that?
That's a great guess. Do that again.
Ugh.
That's good. Okay, I'm going to play it for you, but I love that guess.
I thought that was a squeaky toy.
It sounds like a squeaky toy.
Wow.
Okay.
Nature.
Let me do one more. Okay, so that's a picture of an elk.
Okay.
That's a common elk. Once again, this is not a silly elk. This is not an elk in pain. This is not an elk doing an impression of a guy. This is just a common elk. What do you think a common elk sounds like? Really good. Really good guess. Okay, here we go. Isn't that wild?
It's awesome. Man,
I wish I could get my voice that high.
God, that kind of did something for me. sounded like a lady.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a human woman or a normal elk back there?
I should have kept playing the video because after that elk makes that sound, you see a woman sitting in the next booth saying, "I'll have what she's having."
Drinking from the brook.
Yeah. Waiter, what is in that brook? So that's what sound does it make?
That's good.
Sort of a cute new segment.
That's cute.
Isn't that nice? Sort of a family friendly segment.
Yeah. Show this to your family at Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm excited to learn about what other sounds things make.
Me too. Once again, we are, of course, brought to you by Pequeño Duende Tequila. Barry Keegan's tequila. Mm-hmm. And we're excited to be that. We're excited to be that.
We're so excited to be that. Mm-hmm. Barry Keegan's tequila.
Yeah. And a big shout out to our other smaller sponsors. Es Esta La Vida Real Tequila from the kid from David After Dentist.
Yes.
Of course, that translates to Is This Real Life? Es Esta La Vida Real? That's David from David After Dentist.
Alcohol sales is like the prime celebrity market.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's El Pipi Tequila from the Impractical Jokers. It translates to piss because it is piss.
That's good.
The Impractical Jokers have done it again.
Wow. Do you ever want your friend to just accidentally drink piss?
Get him the Impractical Jokers El Pipi Tequila this Christmas.
Promo
and turn
code.
Christmas into Pissmas.
Promo code Pissmas for 25% off.
It's time for plugs and shout outs, Eric. Do you have anything you want to plug? Anything you want to shout out?
We talked about it earlier, but I'm gonna say watch The Beekeeper. Shout out to The Beekeeper film.
Oh God, yes.
And watch with your family over Christmas or whenever. Live stream it.
Yeah.
To your father. It'll give something. Okay. You need stuff to talk to your dad about. The Beekeeper is that movie.
Yeah. Shout out to topics for you and your dad.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Yeah. Things that will allow you and your father to feel the same thing.
It's so interesting because when you talk about your dad, he sounds like such a classic dad.
He's great.
Like you guys watch Gladiator together.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like, I would say, classic dad taste in film.
100%.
Loves an action movie. Probably loves a Western.
You know how when you go on Bruce Willis's IMDb and there's like 400 movies that you've never even heard of that he's in? My dad's seen those movies. More or less. Or like if the ones that pop up on Netflix that are like the 3 times removed ripoff of the good one, he's like, we should watch that. I was like, can we watch the good one? He's like,
Yeah.
He's like, no, we should watch Peppermint with, what's her name? Jennifer from Alias. And Electra.
Yeah, I know who you mean. Oh.
Garner. Jennifer Garner. Yeah.
Jen Garner.
Jay Garnes.
Yeah, Dad, can we just watch Die Hard? And you're like, no, we've seen Die Hard. I want to watch Perish with Difficulty. It's a
Love that one.
very cheap sort of later version of that.
Like,
it's after
this
Bruce
is
Willis
good.
was so far gone that his family was taking advantage of him. But they plunked him in a chair and a lot of stuff happens around him. I would love you and your dad to have a movie marathon of only the movies where Bruce Willis was being technically abused by his family at the end of his career.
Yeah.
So I want to shout out Q-Tips for being so coy about what they're for. I love Q-Tips, and I love that on the box they're like, it's for swabbing your anything that might need swabbing. Let's say you need to apply some makeup, perhaps. It's not for your ears. It's not for tickling that part of your ears that makes you feel so good. It's not for scooping out the wax like you do 3 times a day and getting so deep that it's dangerous, playing with fire in a way that makes you feel right. It's not for feeling alive with a little swabby poppy deep inside your ear canal. Oh, just daring God to punish you. I love it.
I dare you, God.
Q-tips are forced to say that we're not for your ears because obviously there's like a lot of problems there, but they're so coy about it now. Like anyone's buying them for anything else.
Oh my God.
Do you remember do you feel like you have a G spot in your ear? A Q spot?
A Q spot? Yeah, my Q zone.
Yeah, it's right in your Q zone.
Right in my Q zone.
I remember the first time I realized that when I was like in my early 20s, and I was like, whoa, and I felt like a freak.
Well, see,
I felt like no one would understand.
I've got a G spot in my ear, and the thing is, my ear is located in my asshole.
And my hearing is terrible. Doctor, I think my hearing's going. Would you check it out?
Like, Ace Ventura, talking with my ass.
Yeah, that's good. That's what Iggy Pop meant when he said, of course, I've had it in the ear before. He meant he's been porked in the butt. I've actually never known what he meant by that. Come in the ear? Just a dick flopping on his ear? What does he mean? Different thing that's not about sex? And of course, big shout out to the Denzel Washington movie, John Q-Tip.
Where he holds hostages and
ear, nose,
an ENT
throat,
doctor.
An ENT doctor.
He goes, now where do I put this? You're telling me health insurance ain't gonna cover this? John Q.
John
Q-Tip.
So check out Q-Tips.
Yep.
And check out the Beekeeper.
Beekeeper.
A final shout out, of course, to
Barry Keegan's.
Pequeña Duende Tequila from Barry Keegan.
Yeah. Slurp it up.
Welcome to the only tequila that helps you get through a hard night in a bog. Like a little goblin. All right, farewell.